Glenn Pollitt, welcome to...
G'day, Mark.
Oh, g'day, Glenn.
Second,
First ever
Wednesday preview. Second ever preview for the Racing Rant. After the first ever The Rant. How busy are we?
Very good, very busy, and we've got a good-looking card at Canterbury tomorrow.
Thick card, a little bit of interest.
Yeah, and certainly the last couple, they wore me down.
Yeah, they were tricky. They're very tricky.
So, rail out 6 tomorrow, improving, but still quite wet. Worst side of slow sort of track. And the 6 metre rail tends to be, well, I want to say it's out wide, but out wide in the straight's okay, but I think you want to be rails in run to get there.
So rails in run to the bend and then peel.
And see, the weird thing is, the rails in run doesn't mean you draw gate 1.
Yes.
You know, there's this weird momentum aspect to Canterbury where the shoot start, you've got that long run to the first turn, and so you basically want to draw wide, either cross over to the lead, or you wait for them to go and you sort of go back and you just park. But I mean,
at this stage we're heavy 8. What are you looking at?
7.
Yeah, I thought maybe 6. 23 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah, it's getting close, but Canterbury, since that horse bled all over the track, has not improved as fast as it should have. Okay. You remember? Yep. We came back and it was like wetter than it should have been. Anyway, we're working with wet form anyway. I don't think it's not like we're looking for dry trackers yet.
No, I certainly won't be either. We're looking for fit racehorses that are prototype wet trackers and good riders who make those right decisions. There we go.
Perfect. Well, race 1 is a 3-year-old maiden over 1550, and Preferito is the favourite at $2.80. Black on Gold, the Tim Martin horse, is backing up from Rose Hill Run, is $6. Fencourt out of the same race is $8. Waller Train Mr. McElroy is $8.50. Out to So Spirited next pick at $11. The Gay Runner.
Why is it so short?
Well,
I mean, why it doesn't like don't you just stamp 7 or 2 next to it?
Well, I didn't, but I can see where you're coming from.
I thought there was a bit of thickness in this race.
So it resumed at Canterbury.
Yeah.
Sat deep.
Tick.
On the speed.
Yeah.
And leads uncontested here, I think.
Going up 350, no problem for Gay at Canterbury. Does it all the time. She does it all the time. Oh, Gay and Mr. Bott. But I just thought it was a race that was, you know, we had horses coming out of pretty okay mates, especially from the mounting yard thing. I didn't get to Goulburn, but the So Spirited Fragonard race. Fragonard looks a horse. The first approval race at Canberra I thought was pretty thick. And the Beaumont race, it was probably a touch weaker. So
the race you haven't mentioned is the Rose Hill race, which I thought looked a bit kleiner, despite the fact
that and Ferncourt.
It's
a Saturday race.
I know it's a Saturday race. Ferncourt, horse touted by John Walter, I think, was just fair, I thought, and Black on Gold was met with a fair amount of interference. So obviously he's a horse of interest. All right, pick something out for us, Glenn.
Well, I didn't mean to not talk about that Rose Hill race when I was mentioning those other races, but I thought that was the lead-in. I thought those two were the...
So which way are you going? Or are you just
I'm going Back on Gold. Big riding change. I thought it was particularly unlucky the other day. I thought it looked like the other day it should have nearly won. So
you in fact mentioned that horse to me in that race. You said, what
coming
price
from
did
that
you mark this?
yeah.
And it was too long at Rose Hill, no doubt.
I took $41 and $10 a place, and I tell you what, terribly unlucky not to win the race, and extremely unlucky not to place. Usugi never got a run anywhere. I thought it fit in there as top pick with me, and I was really interested in it, but I'm a bit sus about the race like you are, Mark. But if I'm tipping in, I suppose I've got to tick Fencourt. It finds Glyn off and Rory on, and it was poking along. Glyn didn't ride it badly, I think. I'm not saying that, but... and then Preferito third pick, but I still thought there was bits and pieces. I thought the Waller horses, I didn't want to bag the So Spirit. Like I said to you, with number 1, I can't get it in my head at 250 or 280, which it is now.
Fair enough. I am with number 1. The only other thing I want to mention in the race was that Screamer was in the slow lane at Kembla.
It wasn't the slow lane, in the yellow colours, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm watching it.
Right, that's race 1. Race 2 is a 3-year-old maiden over 1,250 metres, and Cezanne is a dual acceptor, but in this race she is $4. The unraced debutante, obviously, Glen All, is $4.20, named after Glenn. Yes, Anthony Cummings trained Matonte is $8, and Cordon is the only other one under double figures at $9.50. Made its debut at Wyong.
Another race of bits and pieces. Plenty to work with.
It is, and not as obvious what finds itself in the lead here. If Suzanne runs, she's resuming, and I had her sort of on the speed. Engaging from gate 10 with blinkers on could be a presser on her. And I had aquatic, cordoned and military machine on speed, but no obvious speed pattern there. And look, no obvious way for me to play in this race either.
Yeah, I found the race really tricky. You mentioned Suzanne was on the speed there. It does find J Collar. J Collar straight out of the barriers, bang, handbrake straight on. Stays in first gear the first 300 metres. Always does, every ride he does. I don't ever see him going forward, so I can't see Suzanne in this pace battle there, but I can't find the leader. I've seen Glenall trial, it was super impressive. Under double wraps the whole way, but finds itself in a race tomorrow where it's well found in the market, so nothing really to do.
It's very well found,
Very well
obviously
found.
A horse of interest, but gee, that they're giving you nothing there.
I was looking at Argentina, and I thought
Argentina,
a very nice horse and trial well, fires Blake.
Snowden, second prep.
A lot to like about it, ticks everywhere. Royal Navy coming out of a okay race at Wyong. I thought I was up there the day. I thought it was a horse with improvement and could do something.
Apprentice off, Karen on. Snowden, right yard.
Exactly. A lot to like. Bits and pieces about the race at the moment. My main plays are going to be on me looking hard at Argentina and hoping Royal Navy improved, as well as wanting to see what Glenall is at the moment. No value though for the price.
Race for the mounting yard, really.
It is a big race for the mounting yard, and the mounting yard will eventually be getting to you guys on Wednesdays. We're just sort of still working out the logistics of the whole side. A little backless side. Okay,
we've got to have our 1900 metre race, and because it's only a field of 8, it's on early in the card. And signposted at Obsidian fought out a race here a fortnight ago, and they're $3.40 equal picks here. Multitude out of the 3-year-old race on the same program is $5.50. Out to Olympic Academy off a bit of a break, and Steaming both at $10. No prizes for guessing here. That signposted from the second from the outside gate with Blake McDougall on will be looking for the lead.
The leader, well not the leader, that race it's coming at. Bar those two, a touch thinner, touch pooey, didn't you think that race?
The race itself. Yeah. Well,
but not that there's much doing here.
The complication on that day, a fortnight ago, and the Saturday before that was the wind. The much was made of the wind.
That's right.
Like riding tactics were sort of mindful of the wind, which mucked the races up a little bit. So we had a situation where Signpost led and won, and Bowman was desperate to hug the fence on Obsidian, whereas later on in the day, you wanted to be wide. I couldn't work out the day.
Look, out of the two, I prefer Signpost out of the two because I feel like it's just a horse that makes its own luck and wins. But I'm also trying to get away. I can't really find steam, and I don't know if it's a horse, I don't know if it gets 900. Multitude that day,
backed up.
And it didn't do much.
No.
It didn't do much.
The winner absolutely pissed in, didn't it?
It didn't do much, Multitude. So, back to Olympic Academy, who goes very well at the track. I think well placed with 61 kilos. They've all got 60,
but
62.
Every time I see a Chris Lee stay there, time off, I don't know what his go is. I mean, we'll have to have him on the show one day and ask him why so many of his stayers have time off.
This horse, he's had 10 starts at Canterbury. He's had 3 wins in 3 places. He goes really well. He's $9 in early markets. I could only tip you into it on an each way basis. It always seems to run a place for me. I prefer, like I said, I prefer Signposted, but then the rest of the race leaves me particularly cold.
Signposted has got the difficulty of having started longer than Obsidian now. I know it's track and distance, but that's just holding him back a little. I've got him on top, but my play in the race is a rough play. It's never back down, 7-day back up, and just DF.
It's right out of left foot. What price is that horse now? Because I looked at myself.
26.
Why not? Coming out with the backup coming off the Konachi and it gets down the weights. Why not? Stable trained the other day. I'll see it's in again tomorrow, 1100 to 1550. I can't wait with that, but we'll talk about that later. Never back down there from Mark. Bit of you're trying to catch up with me with the.
I've got a long way behind.
What's that horse's name?
Snappy One.
Snappy One. You found your Snappy One and never back down.
Maybe.
Both named after both of us. Snappy
yes.
One and never back down. Oh mate. There you are.
Indeed.
Race 4.
Yes, race 4 is a 1250 metre race for 3-year-old fillies, and it's quite a thick race. We've lost the bottom one, so it's one of the early scratchings on the card. Overstep, the winner resuming a fortnight ago, is the favourite at $4. Suzanne, the dual acceptor, is $5. Precautions, $6.50. Out to Gretna, $8. Stablemate of Overstep. Hysterical is $10, and the others are 14s bar.
Again, plenty to work with.
Yeah, look, not a race that I was grappling with this race as I was with most of the races on the card. Hysterical would have preferred to draw wider, I think, but will be looking to rush through on the inside there. Candela has good speed and presses forward from the wide gate. Tickling raced very handy in a Saturday race there last time, and from gate 10 I imagine that she'll be right on the speed. Zafina led them at Kembla last time and will park here. Alluvian is another contestant for the speed. Novastep is looking for an on-pace run as well. It's certainly keen.
It's keen, and it leads to my topic in the race, which is clear, is precautions. I know it only won a wild 2-year-old maiden, but it did a great job. It beat Miss Penatel. We saw it up the inside on last Saturday. This horse is all style. It was off the map that day. It paraded great. T. Clayton Blake, she obviously no problem there. I think from barrier 7, Blake just lets him go. He looks, he peels, and he's in the finish. I really like number 8, Precautions, in that race.
Now,
there was this race
all
also
ways you could look at that win, wasn't there? I mean,
What you thought-
it was got quite exposed in the race. Do you know what I mean?
But it's wild.
No, not exposed in terms of that's all you've got. Exposed as in it didn't get any favours.
Okay.
Right? So it didn't get any favours, but I'm thinking I'm not going to use Miss Beneteau as a line. I think it's a crappy race, but the horse has excuses. Anyway, that's
What are you tipping, Overstep?
No, I'm tipping Hysterical, who was in the wrong race first up, heavily
Right.
backed in that 1,000-metre race, which I gave it none.
Yep.
A strong race that we've seen, good form emanate from, and she's had a trial since, and she's back to the scene of her what I would call her best run, which was 2 starts before Spelling, when she ran second at a night meeting here. She's got the blinkers back on, and it feels a bit icky.
I can't understand it feeling
It
icky.
feels a bit icky.
Yeah.
But Overstep got a PR the other day.
Did get a PR. But it's going to improve by that. Waller improves that type of horse, that style of horse. Right with Brenton. Went at the last day of the track with the exact same conditions, soft 7. So
Yeah.
and that was a bit of a race the other day.
It was okay. It was okay. Went well enough. And Gretna, I thought she had excuses in the run before Spelling, the only Sydney run she's had, but she seems more like a short course run. I was concerned that she was resuming at 12.50.
I'm a bit over these Waller horses first up in these young sort of age, and they're not that top grade. They just seem to me, I'm not saying any of them are DAED, but they do seem to have a barrier trial feel. Remember, solid at 9.20 on the fair, solid on the 9.20, 40 on the fair, solid. 1 minute to go, $27. What do you want to do now? Do you want to back it now? They have to have that feel. I don't know what it is about that stable. It does my head in, Chris, so. Smart.
Well, it has to. It's like the weird stable in Melbourne that everyone's
There's a horse in this race I was so excited about after Hawkesbury, I think called Alluvian, trained by Scott Single. Horse absolutely flying. Goes from 1,000 to 12.50 tomorrow. I think it's all a bit too much and a bit icky, bad draw, yes, goes forward. But if it was scratched tomorrow, Alluvian, or if I feel it's a horse to follow, but not tomorrow, so I'm not really tipping anything there. I'm tipping Precautions each way, and I'm pretty keen, Mark.
So that's a solid enough tip. I can't argue with you there. Race 5.
We're going straight through, no break?
Why not?
Straight through, we're on fire here.
Race 5, we're again at 12.50, and this is for the, I guess it's for the 4-year-olds pretty much. We've got Chetwood, who's resuming in his second preparation at $2.35. Canny Essent, will he finally go round tomorrow? He's been scratched a number of times, $4.40. Secret Profit, recently gelded at $7. And next pick is $13 Embley, Mapmaker, $14 No Bad Blood Safari, 19 Caesar Augustus, 21 Balboa Park. They're all sort of clumped.
That clump's got a bit of juice in it though. There's all little bits and pieces and whatnot. I mean,
well, we've got a resuming favourite here that he won on debut on this track with J Mac, who just sooled around them and raced away in a maiden. He then looked a bit common, but had issues second up, and then worked hard on the speed at Gosford in the feature race there, and found it a bit tough. He resumes in his second preparation. He looks to get complete control, but I would like something to ask the question. Maybe No Bad Blood. After Chetwood crosses the lead, I'd like something just to go up there and say, we want to make sure you're kosher, mate.
And who is that horse? You don't know?
Well, No Bad Blood's been back to 1100, is now up to 1250. I think it could be him.
Where's Embley, third the fence?
I couldn't see it that close. It's more of a miler that I can't see that being that close.
Just interested in the horse a little bit. Just the breakthrough winning from the stable on Saturday in the last race. Maybe Bill's going to get his horses turned around.
Well, it went well in Brisbane.
Yeah. Chetwood's race does look like Chetwood's race. Pretty good horse. I thought he was really outstanding when he won his maiden. I thought he was particularly common when he got beaten at Warwick Farm. But I thought the Ronnie Gosford was pretty brave. Pretty solid good horse. He's had 2 trial stints. He's won both of them. Both, held together, pissing in. And Kenny is just like, it's either going to be scratched or Glenn looking around.
As well.
It could be a complete myth, Kenny, yes, and there's a lot of market in it.
It's got that.
Surf and Safari is dizzy from going round. It's like me, so I'm going on Surf and Safari. Maybe Embley. I thought Embley might be third defence.
Knockout.
And that's my knockout in the race. But
yeah, look, Chetwood certainly has got conditions to suit. I would like to see the question asked of him tomorrow, but maybe the question won't get asked. Mapmaker is my blowout, a country horse that finally appears in town off a win where he won from the inside gate at Moree, and wide gates were the order of the day. The time was very good. Now I know it's country cutty form, but it's a country
Moree,
track.
Mark. Well done. The Guarde handicap beat Free Billy and Grass Cutter. We've seen Grass Cutter come off that run and get distance, but I'm not bagging roughies, especially lightly race. So good on you, and you're obviously going looking for something because.
Well, it's just we've got the 2 picks in the race resuming.
Yep.
Our 3 picks actually. Secret Prophet, who was very, very sort of hollow last prep. Now he's been gelded, and maybe that makes all the difference. And he's a horse of interest in the race. But we've got 3 picks resuming, so I'm just I'm asking the question.
Okay.
Even if no one.
Race 6, the Wallarothon with about 19 runs from Wallace.
Well, 1550. We're only going to have 10 to go round because with the rail out 6, we can only fit 10.
2 scratches.
And I guess Waller has the opportunity to order the race the way he wants, give Hembrook a run if he like. And as far as the pace is concerned, I've got Dr. Sykes leading. Someone wants me.
Someone on the bluff.
Because it's Deanne. He's raced so handy in the 3/1400s at Kembla.
Yeah, well, it's Deanne's goes fine.
And she's got ready already in 1, so there's a horse to get across. Because that's the thing, if Ready Already was in 7, you'd think, oh well, maybe it'll lead. But it had tasted success sitting at Hawkesbury.
Yep.
So something outside it has the opportunity to cross.
Yep.
And the alternatives are Crown Moss,
not really.
Heroican
possibly.
Heroican's become a leader lately, but
I know.
Settled last in every city run.
Yep.
So I'm saying Dr. Sykes straight to the front there.
Yeah, a lot of these horses have no pace at all, do they? Antonio's, a Boss, Wings, they all go back.
Yeah, well, Antonio raced handy in a 1250 and is up to the 1550. He's certainly your candidate to look for the lead. And Last Card Joe, who blows them at 1100 at 1550, is a leader.
Funny placing. Finally gets the horse. Like, so 30 starts, 2 wins. Finally gets a breakthrough win, and they throw in a race which looks kind of ridiculous. What's even doing in the race? I know it's an emergency.
It's been at 1550 twice. One of the runs was okay, the other wasn't. Look, it's anyway. So I was saying my play for the lead. I'm sick of what it's been doing at Kembla, Dr. Sykes. But
did you give us a marker on this race, or you didn't?
I haven't given you a marker yet. Sorry. Antonio Giuseppe is $4.20 in favourite.
Yep.
Ready Already is $5. Aurora Glow is 7 off a bit of a break. My Giuliano 11 is next pick, and the others are 13 bar.
My Giuliano, any thoughts back in distance? Trial since, slight little let up, 58 days.
I like.
Yeah, I like her too. It was a race where I went through like ticks and crosses,
Yeah.
And how I'm going to handle my Betfair book. I'm not going to lose and Ready Already without him, my little love child who I adore backing. Outer Sart's coming off the big massive defeat. It's going to be good odds tomorrow. It's got beaten 18 lengths last start, so straight away in my mind's thinking, well, I'm going to win on it. Aurora Glow, I'm probably going to lose on it. Comment, I'm going to win with my Giuliano. I was probably going to lose with Dr. Sykes, but you got me scared now.
Well, I marked it $10, and I just hated what it's been doing. It hasn't been fighting the line at Kembla. I just wonder if leading tomorrow, I'm backing it to lead, and that's just something different.
Antonio, I expect's got a good winning chance, but I suggest I'll lose on it.
What did you make of the run the other day?
I thought it was so-so, but I was impressed with the horse from the yard.
because that was the race where I think the track changed.
Right.
Where they were sort of rails in, run, rails in, rails in, run. Then all of a sudden it was like, you saw how good that Canberra mare looked, coming down the outside. And then in the last race, they just...
Down the outside.
So he may have had an excuse there.
I'm not giving any selection of the race. I'm just going to... I'll be closing my eyes and...
You'll be working the race. That's what
I'll be working the race like you won't believe.
Two things I want to mention.
Yep.
Wings did something the other day and had the guy that we don't know, what's his name? The Hong Kong apprentice.
Jay Wong or something.
Yeah, anyway, Jay Penn's are on tomorrow and showed some speed the other day, and Hembrook only goes at Canterbury.
Does only go at Canterbury, so only failed the other day, which failing the other day might be alright. Funny horse, Hembrook. He's going to be in that range.
Legless horse, but just fluker.
There he is.
That's
the last race.
That's the penultimate. Now we come to the nightcap, which did my head in. Fillies and mares over the 1100.
Yep.
And this Nieta is second up, and she's $4.60 in favourite. Think Aloud is $7. Volante is $8.50. Lot 341, breaking through last week, is $9. Untamed Diamond 10 and Zenzan Elsie 10. $12 bar there. Big field. Lots of sort of 1,000-metre-ish horses.
Do you want me to give you some clarity?
Yes.
Nieta is probably a moral and will piss in tomorrow, and the only danger is probably Think Aloud. This horse is on fire off that run today, paraded sensationally, had good Brisbane form, trialled well, ridden by Blake tomorrow. I expect it just does the job. I think it's a real good horse. I think 460 is a very fair price, and I thought Think Aloud, even though...
Who'd have thought that we'd see it back at 1,100?
I think Aloud...
It was heading to a mile, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he sharpened it up a little bit with the 700-metre trial maybe, but just a horse that sort of come good in the parade and turn the corner. And the rest of them leave a little bit for me. Untamed Diamond, Zinzan Elsie from Matty Smith's stable, not for me. Volante, I'm going to have a little bit of a look at money, and for one reason only, the stable change, and my old mate Shrubchenko won't go around and lose for me at $28 on the fair, and the rest of them I didn't really like.
Okay, so G. Pollard has spoken.
Night
I'm going to lay Nieta.
Okay.
I think I'd give it a chance, but horses with 1,000-metre runs, I'm desperate to lay if they're not in a 1,000-metre race.
Well, tomorrow you'll be able to lay it, because I promise you one thing tomorrow, it will not be 460. It'll be a lot shorter. I reckon it'll be 5 to 2, 320.
Okay, so you've heard G. Pollitt's summation of the race
and
there.
I suppose when it gets into that price, no one me, I'll end up thinking tomorrow I'll lay it, might be able to myself because I'm sick.
There you go. So who knows what's going to happen there. But horses I want to mention are Gone to Paris, who's been ridden into the ground lately. Back to 1,100, I want to see her ridden off the speed. Think Aloud, the breakthrough winner. And the other horse I want to mention is Light on Ice.
Yep.
That has complete excuses for its last 3 runs.
Okay.
And Jay Collett gets on board tomorrow and will do something. So that's my take on race 9. Race 7. I understand you're profiling Nieta. It's just I'm taking on horses off 1,000-metre runs. Simple as that. That's the preview for Canterbury. So
it's been exciting doing it, Mark, and
revved up you are, aren't you? There's nothing like doing a bit of early form.
I'm a bit keener. All of a sudden I've found the show's brought me back, eh? Had about 15-week holiday, thanks to everybody out there. But anyway, we've moved on, and I hope you enjoyed the rant during the week. Keep viewing. Look forward to Friday's preview show. More of our products will be available on Friday. We'll work things out. And thanks for coming by, Mark.
Thanks, Glenn. Midweek turnover's just gone through the roof after we filmed this.
We love it. Make sure you win.
Yes, good luck tomorrow.
Have we go.